Whiskers of Wisdom, a Feline Introduction. My name is Professor Paws. I have watched humans for many years. I sit on my favourite soft chair. From there I see all sorts of things. Humans are very interesting. They have busy lives. I see them happy and laughing. I also see them sad and sometimes crying. Through all this watching, I have learned much about how humans interact. Their relationships are particularly fascinating to me. These connections can bring them so much joy. But alas, they can also bring them deep sorrow. I believe I have a special view on these matters. You see, cats like peace. We enjoy quiet moments. We do not like loud noises or arguments. We prefer things to be calm and settled. Humans, however, often make things complicated for themselves. They bring too many other people into their private problems. This seldom helps them. In my experience, it usually makes the situation worse. I've observed this pattern many times. My feline wisdom tells me there is a much better way, a simpler, more direct way to handle disagreements. This guide is my offering to you humans. I want to help you have better, happier relationships. The advice here is based on simple principles. These are principles that we cats live by every day. Principles of respecting boundaries. Principles of direct, clear communication. Principles of finding a warm, sunny spot to relax. If you try to follow these simple ideas, you might find more peace in your life. You might discover more happiness in your connections with other people. It really is not as difficult as it sometimes seems. I have noticed common mistakes humans make. Humans often talk each other when they are upset. They rarely talk the person who upset them, at least not at first. This is a very big mistake. It creates new problems. It builds walls between people instead of bridges. We cats understand this. If I have an issue with another cat in the house, I deal with that cat directly. There might be a hiss. There might be a fixed stare. Then usually we both take a nap. Humans could learn a great deal from this straightforward approach. When you have a problem with someone, it is best to keep it private. Think of it like a special quiet room. This room is just for you and the other person. Inside this quiet room, you can talk openly and honestly with each other. You can listen carefully to what the other person says. No one else needs to be in that room with you. The opinions of others can often cloud the real issues. They can make things confusing. Privacy helps you focus on what truly matters between the two of you. It creates a safe space for real understanding to grow. Now let us consider the dangers of involving too many people. Imagine you have a small disagreement with a friend. You feel a little hurt. So you tell another friend about it, and then perhaps another. Each friend will add their own thoughts. They will add their own feelings and past experiences. Soon your small, manageable problem starts to seem very big indeed. It is like a tiny, harmless mouse suddenly appearing as a roaring lion in your mind. Other people usually mean well, but they do not know the entire story. They only know your side, the part you have shared. This can make finding a solution much harder. Outside opinions can easily distort the truth of a situation. Friends and family often want to support you. This is a natural and kind instinct. However, this means they will likely take your side. They might not be able to see the other person's point of view clearly. They might even say things that make you feel angrier or more upset than you were before. This makes it very difficult for you to see the situation with clarity. It is like trying to look through a window that is covered in fog. You need clear vision to solve problems effectively. Keep that window clear by keeping your circle of discussion very small. We cats are very direct creatures. If another cat takes my favourite spot on the sofa, I might hiss, I might give them a stern look or even a gentle swat with my paw, but I deal directly with that specific cat. I do not go and complain to all the neighbourhood dogs about it. That would be quite silly, would it not? It certainly would not help me get my napping spot back. It would only stir up more trouble and create unnecessary fuss. Humans should try to learn this direct approach. Go to the source of the problem. Talk to the person involved. Let us imagine a simple misunderstanding. Suppose your friend, let us call her Sarah, did not return your phone call. You start to feel ignored. You might feel that you are not important to her. This is perhaps a small thing in the grand scheme, but such small things can grow if not handled well. Instead of simply asking Sarah why she did not call, you decide to tell another friend, Mark. You explain how hurt you feel. You express your worry that perhaps Sarah is angry with you for some unknown reason. Mark, wanting to be a supportive friend, might agree that Sarah's behaviour was not very considerate. Now see how things begin to change. Not only do you feel ignored by Sarah, but Mark's comments have reinforced your negative feelings. Mark might even mention your concerns to someone else. Perhaps he casually tells Lisa that you and Sarah seem to be having some problems. Lisa then hears a third-hand version of the story. The original simple misunderstanding about a missed phone call is now talked about as a big problem in Lisa's mind. She might even start to look at Sarah a little differently, or treat her with caution. The issue has grown wings. If Sarah eventually hears that several people believe she's being a bad or neglectful friend, she will likely be very confused. She will almost certainly be hurt by these rumors. She might have had a perfectly good reason for not calling you back immediately. Perhaps her phone battery died. Perhaps she was dealing with an urgent personal matter that required all her attention. But now, instead of a simple explanation, she has to defend herself against a much bigger, distorted story. The simple act of talking directly to Sarah at the very beginning could have avoided all this unnecessary drama. It is like a small, neat ball of yarn that becomes more and more tangled with every new hand that touches it. The opportunity for a simple resolution, a quick apology, or a clear explanation is often lost. Instead, layers of gossip begin to form. Layers of hurt feelings accumulate on both sides. Trust, which is so precious in any relationship, can be easily broken. All of this can happen because the initial small issue was not handled privately between the two people involved. Remember this, the more people you involve in a personal dispute, the more tangled that yarn ball will become. It becomes much harder to find the original loose end and patiently sort things out. Keep your yarn balls small and manageable. Address issues directly and simply. So, what is the best way to handle these delicate situations? The answer is simple. Talk to the person, directly. Speak calmly and clearly. Explain how you feel using I statements. For instance, you could say, "I felt hurt when you did not call me back." This is much better than saying, "You always ignore me," which sounds like an accusation. Then, and this is very important, listen to their side of the story. Really listen. Try to understand their reasons and their perspective. Good communication is like a gentle grooming session for a cat. It can smooth ruffled fur. It can make things feel right and comfortable again. It builds bridges, not walls. It is also helpful to remember the good in the relationship. Think about why this person is important to you. Recall the good times you have shared. Remember their positive qualities. Was this misunderstanding a rare occurrence, a one-time thing? Or does it seem to be part of a recurring pattern of behavior? Focusing on the positive foundation of your relationship can help you approach the conversation with more kindness. It can help you find more patience. This focus reminds you of what you are fighting to preserve. Like a favorite warm blanket, some relationships are truly worth the effort of mending. Sometimes, however, even with the best communication efforts, you cannot reach an agreement. Or perhaps the other person is simply not willing to talk or see your point of view. This is a sad reality, but it does happen. In such cases, it is perfectly okay to step back for a while. Take some time for yourself to think things through. Allow yourself time to heal from any hurt you may be feeling. You do not have to force things to be resolved immediately. Sometimes, a little space and quiet reflection is what everyone needs. Like a cat finding a quiet, undisturbed corner to rest, you can find your own peaceful space to reflect and let your emotions settle. Ultimately, your goal should always be to find your happy place, a place of inner peace and contentment. Try to avoid toxic behaviors such as engaging in gossip or spreading rumors. Avoid holding on to grudges as they only weigh you down. Learn from every experience, both good and bad. Strive to build and maintain relationships that make you feel good about yourself. Seek connections that make you purr with contentment, metaphorically speaking. If a relationship consistently brings you pain and distress, it might be time to gently and respectfully walk away. There are many sunbeams in the world. Go find one that warms your heart. You deserve happiness. You deserve peace.